Greetings, everyone. I wanted to go through the rubric for your organizational change or improvement project presentation. So you've already completed your logic model on your change or improvement. So you are actually going to use the information that you gained from your logic model to construct your presentation for your practicum site. So one of the things that you need to do early on is really establish a time and a date and a location at your practicum to do the presentation. So that takes some pre-work in making those arrangements. So be sure to talk to your preceptor about doing so. What you will need to do is prepare a professional presentation on your change or improvement topic. So you will include audio-visual materials, whether it be a PowerPoint, a Prezi. You may want to bypass that formal presentation and do handouts. That's all fine, but you need to have some method to provide information or structure to your presentation. So as we move forward with the rubric itself, this is worth 15 points, and again, that's 15% of your total grade, so it's a significant portion of your grade. The grading criteria for the presentation itself, that you're covering the appropriate information based on your particular change or improvement, and you're going to support the points on your presentation with details. So you will have your presentation, whether it be handout or on some form of PowerPoint or Prezi or something similar to that. You will have general information, then you'll add in the body based on what you're presenting to your audience. So you want to make sure that the presentation is tailored specifically to your audience and that you're incorporating evidence-based information in your presentation. That's a key factor because you're talking about your change and what you're doing with your change based on the evidence. So that's a key factor to share information and to model those behaviors that leaders implement evidence-based practice to those that you're presenting to. The content needs to be supported by references, of course, so you will cite either on your slides or on your handout, just like you do in the body of a paper. Use page 177 of the APA manual to cite on the content of the slides and on a handout if you use a handout, and then you'll have a reference list at the very end. So make sure that you're choosing professional handout, slides, formatting to really relay your professionalism. And another purpose of this presentation is to build those professional presentation skills. And that's something that we hear from our advisory groups as far as the employers that are out there, that they really want their nurse leaders to have those very effective presentation skills. And as we move on down, you will be designing SMART objectives, so they will be very specific to your presentation and think about how you're going to assure that the people that are attending your presentation meet those objectives. So you may have question and answer, integrate participation throughout your presentation. Again, that's a key factor when you're doing formal presentation is to engage the audience. So you may want to build in key questions along the way or discussion, maybe some feedback along the way. So be very specific in how you structure your presentation. So the presentation itself needs to be at least 10 minutes in length, but no longer than 20 minutes in length. Again, Being very clear and concise in your presentation is a critical skill to have as a leader, and to use the time of your audience very wisely to make sure that you're hitting on the most important points when you're doing your presentation. Now, if there's discussion that extends beyond 20 minutes, that's perfectly fine, because that shows that you're engaging your audience in conversation after the formal presentation process. So just kind of keep that in mind. You really do want to see that presentation. The other thing, of course, professional appearance. Make sure that your ID is intact and visible. If for some reason I cannot attend your presentation either in person or via Zoom, you will need to make arrangements to video your presentation. And the thing is, it's not your preceptor's responsibility to video it. It's your responsibility to make sure that there's arrangements made for that video process if I'm not able to be there. And again, if there is a video used, I need to be able to see your slides very clearly. If you're using presentation slides, or send those with the presentation, and the same with a handout. If you're using a handout, you need to send the handout along as well. So if you have any questions or concerns about doing the presentation, just let me know. And again, make sure that you reflect what you found in your logic model in your presentation. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.